background.
Talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash, weighted down and care. Opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling up as in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. And just to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. We say. We say.
My mother twitted my fucking temples!
Yeah! Imagine if I actually had like a good voice where it was like, you know, where you hear like the belting from like an 80s. Yeah! I don't know. Fucking You're muted, you fuck.
I totally am. Son of a biscuit. I said you do have a good voice. But anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Cam. That is Tyler. And it is... Are you yawning? Get effed, man. Welcome. It's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Oh my God. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend so far. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. And it is a effing crazy one.
Oh my God. The stuff never stops. Never stops. Doesn't end. Never ends. It will never end. Of course, more political violence from where?
Hold on. I know this is can I phone a friend? The left. Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, I don't. You know, I think. Well, okay. So I've been like the past 2 days. I had a bunch of like rewiring and like body panels I had to fix on the truck. So I spent the better part of like 2 days of wiring and all this crap. And then, you know, it just felt good just to sit outside. It felt nice. And I think now that I just kind of like stopped, I'm just all right, I'm I'm done.
It's total chilled. Yeah. So we went outside for the first time this year and had a bonfire
That sounds so bad. How you put that.
for
It's
the
like,
first time this year. Okay. Well, to have a bonfire, it's our first fire of the year. We have left our house. Okay. And have gone places. But yeah, it's our first bonfire of the season. It was really nice. Had the dogs out there and yeah, just enjoying it. And that's the one great thing about our yard is it's very like, even though there's houses and stuff around, we have so many trees that it just feel like everything disappears.
I think hot dog, like fire roasted hot dogs or campfire hot dogs, I think those are I think that's the best food.
Agreed.
I don't think there's anything better than just a hot dog with like some like plain ruffled chips or something and on a bun. Like that's it. I don't think there's a better food out there.
I don't know. Definitely not one for a fire. When you think fire, like that's the first thing you think of. And I know people are like, well, yeah, you're fucking fat. Okay. Well, yeah, of course I'm going to think about food. However, who doesn't go to a bonfire and think, oh my God, we need wieners and marshmallows? We did not bring out the marshmallows. I don't need the sweetness, but definitely a nice little wiener on a stick, burnt in a fire. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That is the teats.
I honestly, I would take that over like a 5-star restaurant any day of the week.
Yeah.
Easily.
I don't know. I'm too disappointed with 5-star restaurants now. Every 5-star restaurant that we've gone to recently, like there's been the odd thing that you have, and it's been like, oh, that's actually really good. I enjoyed that. Most of the stuff that we have, it's literally, oh, you make this better at home. Why did we just spend $100 on food when we could have spent half the price?
100. How about 200 plus
just if it's two of us. Oh yeah, that's fair. Actually, yeah, insane.
No.
Going out nowadays, guys. Do you guys go out nowadays? Like that sounds funny, but like, do you go to restaurants, go to bars? Like I remember going to bars back in the day, and everything was so much cheaper. Why we got here? Oh shit, we hit it at the same time.
Agreed. All beef hot dogs wrapped in bacon.
Ooh,
exactly.
Gordon promotes heart health. I like it because reasons. That's the best.
There's nothing better. Like those Kirkland like big jumbo.
Exactly. Same wavelength here. Yes.
Those I don't know if they put crack or heroin.
They have to.
I don't know what they put in those hot dogs, but god damn, those things are good.
100% crack. 100%.
I don't know what's the one that gets you addicted really fast. I don't know. I'm not a druggie like you.
Crack.
Okay. Crack gets you like addicted like.
Well, heroin does too. They both do.
Do they?
I don't know. I don't do that shit because I would be 100% strung out addicted.
I know that's my problem with a lot of that stuff is like what?
Dude, yes. That was the Costco I like freaking grew up at. Fuck yeah.
Oh, Saturdays you go for your samples.
Oh, that was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I miss the samples. I used to actually used to love going grocery shopping with my mom because of all the little samples that you got to try. And with the samples, we would always end up like, if they were good, buying something new to try. And except I hate the lineups at Costco. That I kind of want to.
It's true.
Go homicidal on people.
But you know what? I'll say that like I realized I'm an adult when I went. I got a Costco Black membership.
Right? Do you remember?
I'm an adult.
I'm an adult. Do you remember when we went to Costco for the first time and we were getting a membership and you're like, what's that black one? No. Oh, that's the executive membership or whatever the fuck it was. And you're like, I want that one.
Yeah.
I want that one. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the because they're building a Costco. Well, the Costco that they built out on like Headingley, that's kind of shifted everything. But
Well, and speaking of that, apparently a few months back they had like an outside thing that they were selling liquor at. So Costco's actually selling liquor, and it was going to be more of a permanent thing. I've heard that the business center, like that's right by where I work, that's the one that I used to go to all the time. However, can't get to that one anymore very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I can, but it's not what I need. But
all right, enough.
I haven't gone there yet.
We got stuff to get into. This weekend has been crazy. It's been crazy. So, of course, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Well, of course, another shooting attempt happened. Fortunately, as far as I understand, only one person was injured, which I believe was a Secret Service member. But he wasn't like killed. He was just struck in his bulletproof vest, and he's supposed to make a full recovery. But so we will talk about that, and also we're going to be going over another Conservative MP was approached to cross over because the Liberals. I will save that for the show. So we'll talk about that. I don't know if we should talk about Doug Ford and his sneaky little change to the Freedom of Information Act to exempt him and his dealings because, the cheesecake, whatever. Ugh. God, I hate Doug Ford.
I heard Carney's also doing similar shit where people thought, Trump was going to get into office to help get himself out of all these whatever charges and this and that and make them go away. And apparently Carney's doing that. Go figure.
Legislation change. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so Carney has imposed this Canada something type 2 Ford.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess Carney is doing a Canada Wealth Fund, but you have to have wealth in order to fund things. So maybe we'll touch on that a little bit more, or a little bit anyways. But before we do, of course, share the show with everyone you know.
And Leo, kick it.
They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
I don't sleep while our beds are burning. How can we dance when our earth is turning?
Also, Hemi, I will need to bug you in a couple of weeks to take you up on your offer.
Oh, gay butt sex. Shit, I didn't wait the 20 minutes. Fuck.
Get this chick out of here. Speaking of chicks getting out of here, we have this from NBC. So NBC is actually, I've said it before, NBC is super based, and they've actually been really good on the reporting. So I will share. Not that. Share. Present. Share screen. Sorry, my stuff's like minimized, so it's all.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I'm an adult. So this is from NBC. So the silent, terrifying moments a gunman rushed security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You need to go away. It was very quiet, she recalled. Wait, who recalled?
It's a very good question.
There we go. The rush of guests entering the White House Correspondents' Dinner was over, and now Helen Mabus, a volunteer ticket checker, had a moment to herself. It was very quiet, she recalled. But just then, a man out in the corridor caught her attention. He was holding what she quickly realized was a rifle. Before she could react, he tore off towards the security checkpoint about 40 feet away. He either unfolded a part of the gun or pieced it together. It became longer before my eyes. Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
what
talking
she
about.
said.
Yeah. And within seconds, he was shooting. At the moment, Aaron Thilman, an Air Force veteran attending the dinner at the Washington Hilton Saturday evening, was ascending the staircase leading from the ballroom entrance to the upper level where the guests were screened when she called her son, who was babysitting her 2 children. I guess, we will let this gentleman who looks quite ornery kind of explain a little bit what happened here.
Is that guy eating the floor?
Oh,
The
he
timeline, which
That's the
many of
least
you
of his
in this
worries.
room already know. The defendant, Allen, made a
Is he
hotel
naked?
at the Washington Hilton for April 24th
Might as well be.
through April 26th. On April 21st of this year, he traveled by train from Los Angeles to Chicago and then from Chicago to Washington, D.C. On April 24th, he arrived in Washington, D.C. at approximately 1 o'clock in the afternoon and checked into the Washington Hilton. Approximately at 8:40 on the night of April 25th,
Oh, pause that.
Allen approached his.
Look at that face. He's way too pretty for jail. He is gonna get forked.
He's pretty?
Come on. Can't you see the boys all wanting him? He looks like a femboy in that picture anyway.
Security checkpoint on the terrace level of the hotel, which is again a floor above where the dinner was taking place. He ran through the magnetometer holding a long gun. As he did so, U.S. Secret Service personnel assigned to the checkpoint heard a loud gunshot. One Secret Service officer was shot in the chest, but was wearing a ballistic vest that worked. This heroic officer
That
who was
worked.
hit fired
It's
5
such a
times
weird-
at Allen,
Yeah.
Weird way
who
to
was
say
not
it.
shot but fell to the ground and was promptly arrested. Secret Service.
Okay, so I have some stuff here from X. Some of the reporting that's going on with regards to, isn't it insane how fast this shit goes down? Like, you watch that guy on, they had the picture in picture, and how fast it, on the left screen, from nothing to boom, man, that dude would have been great on a plantation. Holy crap, was he good?
Right? He had slave feet. Not
Yeah.
only that. Oh my God. I forgot what I was going to say now.
So Lips at TikTok had posted. So Cole Allen wrote this in his manifesto. Right, he sent a manifesto, I believe, to his sister, who actually
having
reported this.
manifestos.
I know, no one cares about your stupid. Everyone's forgotten the name of the rooftop shooter. No one remembers that douchebag's name. All we know is he dead. That's it.
I have something to tell you, babe. I myself wrote a manifesto once. So
I don't get it. Anyways. So he wrote in his manifesto, I am no longer willing to permit a PDF and a rapist and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. This is what happens when the media knowingly falsely called Trump a rapist and a pedo. Yeah, and we are seeing from every major predominant left-wing person saying Donald Trump is a PDF, he's a rapist, he's done all these terrible, terrible things. And it's... it is literally the meme. They don't call you oh man, I'm gonna butcher it, but they don't call you a Nazi so that they can hurt you. They hurt you so that they can call you a Nazi or whatever. However it goes, you know what I mean. They're throwing this stuff out into the ether. This isn't hyperbole anymore. How many times does this stuff need to happen when this isn't hyperbole? This isn't, look, Donald Trump is using crazy blah blah blah. He is not saying that these people are vermin scum. That's what I see coming from the left. These people are terrible. Thank you, Johnny. They are terrible human beings that should be executed. They need to be removed. That is not hyperbole. And when you hear it coming from so-called leaders out there, They don't, that's the thing. They don't think that. They don't actually think anyone on the right or anything else is is actually Hitler. They don't think that, but they hope someone like this dumbass does.
Yeah.
This is why I've fully I am full I beg for mercy for asking for the Epstein files to be released, because too many people are too effing dumb to actually understand what the Epstein files is and was actually about. There's too many stupid people out there on the left and on the right. And it's actually
agree with that.
incredible. It's incredible to see how people use this. Well, this person was named in it. Yeah, in what context? Huh? Context. We need context. But this was like a layup. This is a layup that the left now uses. Look, this person was in the Epstein files, therefore they're bad.
Right? No, they were actually just a waiter at a party and had nothing to do with anything. But okay. You know, how many, when you think about the right insulting the left, when say Biden was in charge, or when Kamala Harris was in charge, or whoever the fork it was,
Auto pen.
and now,
The auto pen was in charge.
Yeah. What is the worst that you heard the right say about the left?
Joe Biden needs to retire. He should stay at home and go spend time with his grandkids.
Sleepy Joe. Yeah.
That's what that was the predominant message, and I was saying the same thing. Joe Biden, retire. Go enjoy. If you have cancer, then you absolutely should go and spend time with your grandchildren. Go in Delaware. Go sit on the front porch with a blanket on your lap and enjoy the moments with your grandchildren.
Whittle some wood. Something. Like, yes.
That was a thing coming from the right.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Or they might not have agreed with some of the things that he said or was doing and stuff like that, but it was never to the same rhetoric as, this is a Nazi, he needs to be stopped. He is a pedophile, he needs to be stopped. Someone needs to stop him. Someone's going to, people need to get together and get him out, take him out, this and that. And the thing is, the kind of rhetoric that they're spreading against somebody because they don't like them. Okay, when you think about free speech, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. Okay, well, at least in America, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, and you don't have to like everybody. You're allowed to show or verbalize that you don't like somebody. But the thing that the media is doing, and the government on the Democrat side, what they are doing with our government right now, I think is criminal. They're literally putting everybody on edge. They're feeding them stuff and making everybody hate and want to take this person out. You had 2 assassination attempts on Trump. Then you had Charlie Kirk, who unfortunately,
this is now number 6.
I heard it was the 3rd. Anyway, I digress. But then you had what happened to Charlie Kirk. They actually got him. Now another attempt on Trump's life. It's like, what are you people doing? And of course, the people on the left, they're going to be cheering this thing. And what are they going to be saying? Oh, they missed again. Oh, they should have got him. This and that. Hopefully the next person will get him. Like, this is the type of rhetoric where the funny thing is if this had happened to Joe Biden, if somebody had attacked Joe Biden, I can guarantee you, I would say a good 90% that the Republicans would be saying, this is wrong. Whatever you are doing is wrong. You need to stop. This is not okay. They would be condemning this. They would not be trying to get people to do these type of things.
Well, and this is kind of like what just seems to be a bigger and bigger thing that's going on. It just seems to like I don't want to see this stuff happening. I don't.
No.
I don't want to see it coming from the left. I don't want to see it coming from the right. But you bet if the shoe was on the other foot, the calls for absolute destruction. In fact, there's already calls for absolute destruction to the right that pack the courts, gerrymander everything, get rid of the filibuster, and completely. It is no longer about beating the Republicans, it's destroying them. They should be ashamed to walk in civil society and all this. The rhetoric that is coming. And remember, these are the same people that talked about stochastic terrorism, dog whistles, and all this. How about a dog whistle when you say this person's a PDF? And well, how do we deal with PDFs? Well, send them to the wood chipper, get rid of them.
Yep.
That's how these people are operating. That's actually how they are operating.
Yeah, legit.
So, fortunately, no one was seriously injured. The Secret Service, like I said, is supposed to make a full recovery. As the guy said, weirdly, his body armor worked.
I mean, that's great. My only other question is, what happened to Homeboy's clothes? Like, at what point?
So
in that video, you've seen him run by. He looked fully dressed. At what point did his clothes come off?
So they ended up searching him for weapons and injuries.
All right, that's fair.
So JT says, I'd argue it's more imperative that the left perpetuate division as unity would immediately reveal that their ideology is based on lies. Well, of course. Yeah, we've seen it time and time again, the idea of identity groups and creating special identity groups. The MMIWSG2SGLG whatever.
Plus bullshit. Yeah.
Like we are seeing that anyone that if you are somehow oppressed in any way, shape, or form, unless you're white, then you are to have a leg up. You should have a leg up, and this is how you try to create these communities and groups that look, you're just as oppressed as everyone else. You're part of this special class.
Oh, they're special, all right.
Yeah. So this will renew the. A lot of things waned after like Charlie Kirk, like that. I think that was the most effective assassination in history, because the person bridging that gap was removed. And after that, a lot of people said, and I, me included, I said, you know what, the talking's done.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in talking with people on the left. They're violent. They're despotic. Look at Renee Good. They cheered a person that tried to run over a cop that was trying to remove criminals. And that
they condemned
Good or Pretty or whatever that guy's name was.
Matthew Pretty.
Same whatever. I don't care. I don't care. The thing is, these people, these are martyrs that literally martyrs without a cause. That's what those people are.
Yeah.
No one's gonna remember their names, that they made some noble sacrifice. They just go, look, another one that we can rile the troops to try and overthrow and try and destroy this country, try and destroy the West.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, they're making our jobs easier. They're just taking themselves out. I mean, they're sterilizing themselves so they can't have kids anymore, and now they're voluntarily taking themselves out. They're like our quote unquote suicide bombers.
Well, Phil Labonte talks about this a lot, and he says, where's the off ramp? Where is it? When are people going to stop? I'm seeing people that are saying, oh, that sucks that they missed. Oh, they should have tried again. Oh man, if only there was a better shot, blah, 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 blah. That's the rhetoric that's coming from the left. How I don't know how do you reconcile with someone? You remember that debate that, I don't know if you ever seen it, but Charlie Kirk was at the Oxford debates, which is like considered like the prestige of challenging minds. and his political opponent, like Charlie, showed up in a suit and tie, very nicely dressed, and his opponent was some black guy in dreadlocks wearing sweats.
What?
And his opponent, after Charlie Kirk got shot, he said, good. Like, basically, it's a good thing that he got. So when you're seeing, so now when we are engaging with
Seriously.
people that we ideologically oppose, now the thing has to come, does this not, it's not just challenging ideas. Does this person want me dead?
Right?
And you look at people like Destiny, Stephen Bonnell, that little gremlin fucking PDF toucher, like an actual likes underage women. When you see people like him and the things that he said, you know, after the shooting in Pennsylvania, where Corey Competor was shot and killed, Destiny sitting there going, this is what happens. We need conservatives to be afraid. They need to be afraid again, because when they're not, look at what happens. They get a little uppity, so we got to put a bullet in you.
How does that even make any sense? It's disgusting. Like, I can't even imagine the like what we have started doing recently with the whole the debating on verbal combat on Fridays. I can't even imagine us going on there, and this is literally the discourse that we would have, is that these people be wishing upon our death, when literally we can be fighting, and then at the end of everything, it's just kind of like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
high fives,
Yeah.
and whatever else.
You did good.
But imagine your ideological adversary says, "I wish a bullet was put in you."
No, I can't. I can't even. Like, that is one thing with me. And the funny thing is, okay, so the last or I guess debate thing I had or whatever, when we're talking about well, atheists and not having morals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm not a religious person, but somebody saying I wish a bullet in somebody's head, no. Just because I don't believe in God doesn't mean I don't have any morals. And I mean, yes, I did grow up Catholic, and a lot of those morals, I guess, have been instilled in me, but it's not, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like, I can't, me personally, anybody wishing the death upon somebody else, I hated Trudeau. But if something were to happen to him or someone were to try to kill him, I'd be like, what are you people doing? Like, that's wrong. I want him out of office. I don't want him dead.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, we see the rhetoric that's coming from, you know, people like so is there even a political figure on the side that was lost? No. Isn't it funny? Like I said, I see the division. Like, you know, for as much as I talk on here, like I've said before, I listen way more than I speak. And I would almost like label myself, I am an observer. I look at what things are happening a lot more than do I actually like push for necessarily a political change. Although I do have my political leanings. But I look at what is going on with the left, what is going on with the right. And me as an observer, I can't tell you one prominent account that is saying, you know, time to suit up, time to arm up, time to take to the streets. Hey, Hemi said, yeah, Hassan Piker is another piece of shit that talks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also is mean to animals. Fucker. God, I would have beat him up.
Well, exactly. And this is what really shows you that, like, these people know what they're doing. Hassan will, you know, he'll make the tacit, like, oh, this person who lives at 123 Fake Street, and this is where this is their phone number and everything else. I was there, and I was there to protest them. No one in normal parlance, like if I'm having a conversation, oh, I met Greg today. Like that'd be the extent of it. Well,
I'm sorry,
I met
can
him
you tell me his address, his maiden name?
No one does this. This is one of those, look, but free speech. So
That's doxing. That's not even to me, that I don't even consider that free speech. That's hateful and violent, because they are hoping that someone will go to their house and either swat him or attack him or whatever it may be.
well, but that's the thing. It is free speech, but it's one of those, okay, we know what you're doing. You're not
Yeah.
like was that relevant? Was you giving someone's private address, was that relevant? Was it actually pertinent information, or was it to make sure that it's out there so that when you say, hey, look at these authoritarians that are taking everything away from you, it's time to rise up, plebs? Not me, though. Not Champagne Socialist, Hassan Piker. No, not me. You useless. Remember the dude from the Breaking Bad guy?
Which one?
The Gustavo Fring, where he's saying that 500,000 people might live, or 500 million might live, but your sacrifice will be worth it for the future.
Mhm.
He's not saying, he is not the one willing to arm up and go into the trenches. He's telling the dumb, useless idiots to do it.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and it's actually it's such a fuck.
I don't even know how people like Hassan Piker are still out there on the air. I don't know how that's even able to be a thing.
Because Twitch loves him.
Which makes absolutely no sense. How does that make any sense?
Twitch
He is a violent individual.
Twitch is a leftist platform.
Oh, right. I forgot. Violence is okay if you're on the left.
Why do
My
you think
bad.
we stopped streaming there? I have no interest in propping them up in any way, shape, or form. Fuck that place. No, I want nothing to do with Twitch. No.
It's fair.
Sorry, I have my morals, as subjective as they might be. I still have my morals. So,
Hold on. And atheists have morals? I don't think that's allowed.
I know, right? What? You can have morals? Yeah, but what's your where do you ground it? What do you ground it in?
God, I
perfect
can't
is it
even.
that they have made themselves as they them, arming with a little well, that's the thing, they don't, because they we see, we know 60% of them are autistic. They are on the spectrum. Okay, it's just it's a descriptor. Okay, it is what it is. So
They're
a
on the
lot of these
spectrum,
people
right?
are encouraged. Yes, they are fed these talking points that look at how evil and everything else is around you. They are told to hate themselves, and because if they hate themselves, well, then it's very easy for them to get to hate anyone else, especially someone that says, "Hey, I don't think you should mutilate your body." And they're like, "Look, they just want to execute trans people. They just hate trans people." It's like, no. No. I look at, so I would say the right looks at, because everyone is made in the image of God, and altering yourself is a disservice, or is almost like it's an affront to God. That's where the right is coming from with their view. Okay. I can take a similar position. Actually, why I find it wrong that a child mutilates themselves is because you are causing undue harm to them.
Permanent, irreparable damage.
You are sending them down a path of 38% suicide rate pre or post op. You are sending them down a path of basically suicide. And I think that's wrong. I personally think that's wrong. I don't like I don't need to substantiate it anymore. That's wrong. Oh, yeah, I've seen. Yeah, Twitch is cratering, because yes, we've seen that. Like, I used to watch Twitch years ago, and it was fun. It was like people just playing video games. Then they started the hot tub streams and the IRL streams, and then the whole scandal of like chicks with like push-up bras and all this stuff, and it's like the video game was like in the corner here, but then it was like all the rest was just like tits. Like that was it.
Nice.
But it's a little different when this is a platform for kids.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part, 100%.
Yeah,
Like
so
I don't know. And even when you think of all the things when you like kid related, like Roblox or even YouTube Kids, the things that they sneak in there is so disgusting. Like never did I think that I would ever have to worry about kid games or YouTube Kids. And until you start seeing this shit and you're like, oh my God, that's not even safe. Like, you know, it is safe how we grew up with freaking TV and cartoons on Saturdays and cartoons first thing in the morning before we went to school or coming home for lunch and watching our cartoons and shit like that. That's safe. The shit they have now is so not safe. It's so, this world is scary. You're muted, you dumbass.
hate me. Yeah, no, it's gross. But I wanted to shift gears into this. So this had come across my timeline. So this is from the old CBC, good old Communist Broadcasting Corporation of Canada. So Ford government, like aka Cheesecake Ford, aka Liberal leader of Ontario.
Okay. He's got a
What?
weird looking face.
Wow. Okay, I don't know him, but Jesus. Maybe he was in an accident, you dick.
I mean, that's possible. Sorry, my bad.
Ford government proposes freedom of information law change that would keep Premier's records secret. Ontario set to make Premier Ford and cabinet members' records secret as it modernizes freedom of information laws, which critics say will dramatically curtail public scrutiny of the political process. Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement Minister, Jesus, Stephen Crawford, however, said his government is still one of the most transparent governments in the history of Ontario.
Okay.
Citing an open data catalog, an audit of regulator, and a move 8 years ago to publish financial information from the former Liberal government. Okay, the changes would be retroactive and may put in jeopardy numerous ongoing battles by news organizations fighting for information about the Greenbelt scandal and Ford's cell phone records, including an ongoing court case over the latter. The government is trying to prevent the release of those records. I wonder why. I wonder why they would care so much.
What's the Greenbelt scandal?
So, here, I'll Greenbelt scandal.
So weirdly tiny.
Just give me the dope. So the Greenbelt scandal is a major political controversy in Ontario involving the proposed removal of 7,400 acres of protected land for the province's Greenbelt in late 2022. The Greenbelt, established in 2005, safeguards approximately 2 million acres of farmland, forests, and watersheds surrounding the GTA to prevent urban sprawl and protect ecological and agricultural resources. Premier Doug Ford's government announced a land swap in November 2022, claiming it would help address Ontario's house crisis by enabling the construction of up to 50,000 homes. So,
okay, I'm sorry. What?
Here,
so what's the protected land?
Well, it was just biodiverse lands around there. So here's where the issue actually comes in. So ethic violations. The Ontario Integrity Commissioner found Minister Clark violated ethics rules by allowing his untrained and unsupervised chief of staff to drive a chaotic process that impromptu favored private interests, leading to Clark's resignation in September of 2023. Procedural failures. Auditor General Bonnie Lysyk reported that the selection process was neither transparent nor objective, with criteria regarding environmental and agricultural impacts being dropped to ensure specific developer sites were selected. Following the scandal, Public and Business Service Delivery Minister Khalid Rashid also resigned due to his relationship with a developer involving the scheme. So basically what happened was, so this area was supposed to be protected to ensure biodiversity, agricultural and ecological preservation.
Okay, so this wasn't like indigenous protected land or something like that. Okay, carry on.
No, so basically what Ford did was, my ministers are getting a bunch of money. You remember like the SNC Lavalin scandal where SNC, was basically paying off government officials so that they could like cook the books and get favorable building projects. That's
Okay,
that's basically what Ford was doing.
Oh,
Construction companies are like, hey, we'll grease your palms if you let us make this massive development. So he wants to remove that information because
of course he does.
because that's the kind of liberal Doug Ford is, Mr. Cheesecake himself.
Well, I mean, it looks, people would look frowningly upon it.
Yeah. And the Ford, just, if there is one, like people when they're like, oh, blah 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 is gay. It's like, yeah, he the last person to find out that they were gay. Doug Ford is
Maybe.
a liberal. Like, come out of the closet, okay? Just admit it, Doug Ford. You're a liberal. You're a
Who's he
diehard
pretending
liberal,
to be?
a conservative.
Stop. No, I never
No.
would have thought of all the times that we have talked that he is a conservative. I thought he was a liberal this whole time.
Nope. No, he's
God.
supposedly a conservative.
Bullshit.
No, this is why I say
no.
Rob Ford was badass. He was honestly I don't want to make the comparison, but I'm going to. Rob Ford, for all his faults and everything else, was actually really, really good at his job. He actually really gave a shit. And it's like Doug is riding on that. And like there's some things that actually he does, but most, like the vast majority of the stuff, he sided with Freeland on a lot of their dealings. He sided with Mark Carney on almost everything. Remember, this is the same guy that threatened a war crime against the United States. This dumb cheesecake.
You should never side with anybody who looks like a rat. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So this is just another thing for the government, the Ontario government, another, fake conservative.
That's insanity to me. I did not know he was a conservative.
And I wanted to pull this up because this is actually no one in the media is reporting about this. So a conservative who's actually not a sellout piece of shit. Okay, I'll share this a little bit. What was that from JT? I always wondered if the drugs got Rob Ford because of how he. I don't know, because he drugged. He loved he's a hooker. Like he was an old school politician, doing drugs, doing hookers, but he actually got the job done, which is like,
it's insane. Like, honestly, like I know when he was still around, like I was like, oh God, I wish Manitoba would get Doug Ford or somebody like him. Like, yeah, homeboy likes Rob. That sorry. That, he does his coke, he likes his hookers, but homeboy gets the shit done. He did so much good financially for Ontario that I'm like, fuck, I don't care if you're doing drugs and shit like that. If that's what you're doing your personal time.
Yeah.
At least you're doing your job.
When you're off the clock, I don't care what you do, but when you're
Yeah.
punched in, you're on my time now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he
Off the
definitely
clock,
was.
I don't care. On the clock, I care. And he was a very much fighting for the little guy. That's very much what Rob was. He was fight for the little guy. When you see the antics of Doug Ford when he's pouring out a $60, $70 bottle of Crown Royal as a publicity stunt, the way that I seen that, it wasn't like remember, Crown Royal is literally made 45 minutes from where we live in Gimli. That's where
Yeah.
Crown Royal, okay, that is a Canadian thing. That is a Manitoba thing. And the fact that Wob Canoe wasn't pissing his little Inuktitut panties, yeah, there you go. We represent. We actually buy Canadian, unlike the so-called liberals. Like, dude, okay. Hold on. Let me finish this point. But when I seen him pouring out that thing, especially with how 25% of Canadians are using food banks more than ever, I think it was something like 60 or 70% of Canadians are literally paycheck to paycheck. They have $0 in savings. They don't have an opportunity even to buy a $60 bottle of Crown Royal, let alone dump it out.
Oh, that was such a slap in the face seeing that. Like, to me, it wasn't even like my knee-jerk reaction of my European heritage to be like, dude, that was alcohol abuse. It was honestly just like oh my God, all that money you're just pouring down the drain right now. Like, that is such a slap in the face.
Yeah, and that's how I seen it. It wasn't look, we're gonna stick it to the Americans. It's like you're pouring you're actually attacking a Canadian business to attack Trump? Like okay, this is the way that I saw the way that I saw him pouring that out. It showed just how disconnected he was because he could use it as a publicity stunt. A $60, $70 bottle of Crown Royal and just goes, pour it out. Look it, haha, I really showed you Crown Royal. No, it just goes to show that okay, here's an analogy that maybe I'm if I'm not describing it well. When Donald Trump he ate a well done steak with ketchup.
I remember that. Yeah.
And the media went berserk. Every single elitist came out and went, look at, he eats steak with ketchup. What a loser. Oh, what a piece of shit. Oh, he destroyed that steak. You know why? Do you know why A1 steak sauce exists?
Maybe I know why people eat ketchup on steak. Carry on though.
It's for meat that's going bad.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, yep.
So the reason why people put ketchup on a well done steak is because the steak is shit. That's all they could afford. So the media, so what Doug Ford was doing, okay, so that's kind of the analogy I'm looking at. That when the media's like, look, Donald Trump, he's such a look at how, oh my God, he eats a well done steak with ketchup. It's while they're criticizing him, it's actually like the people that can't afford and that are the most vulnerable are going, but that's how I eat steaks.
Right.
So I'm a loser. I'm a piece of shit. I'm blah blah blah. They're saying about him. Then who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
I personally would use barbecue sauce, but I understand. Back in his day, he's a lot older than we are. Back in his day, that's all they had. So if that's all that I had, yeah, I'd be putting ketchup on it because who likes a well done steak? Crazy people. Sandy, no. I'm looking at you if you're watching.
But it's this is how poor people eat steaks because they can't afford the good cuts of meat that are nice and tender.
Yeah.
So you cook the shit out of it, and then you put ketchup on it. So that's
Can't
how
help but
if that analogy kind of makes sense. That's how I looked at
Mhm.
when Doug Ford poured it out. It was look at how affluent I am, while you can't even afford this.
Oh, right? Well, exactly. That's what I'm like. The money. Like I have a hard time affording that bottle, and yet you're just like nothing. Just like fucking sand out of a bottle. I'm like, really? We're going through a money crisis out here right now, and this is what you choose to do is pour out a fucking $60 bottle of Crown Royal, or well, depending on the size of it, it could have been the fucking
Oh
$40
no,
one, but that's regardless.
it was a big one.
Ugh.
It was a big one.
That's disgusting. Like it's like I said, to me, it was a big slap in the face because look, I can afford this and I can afford it to take my $100 and throw it in the fire because fuck it, or wipe my ass with it and put it down the freaking toilet. Like it was such a slap in the face. Like you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, so
Like a real piece of shit.
GT says, so when you buy Canadian, do you put your elbows up? You know, and the funny thing
And I
is,
said, F no. Freaking
okay,
elbow shit pisses me off.
so what I find funny is that I see people that are like, oh, we only buy Canadian. That's all we buy. But you know, I've seen photos like guys that are like they order stuff from Amazon, which is of course made in China. Like, yeah, you guys are so Canadian. You posted it on an American social media app funded by an American multinational conglomerate whose product is manufactured in China. How do you buy Canadian again? like, like
Yeah, it makes no sense. It literally doesn't.
like, and so you just see this stuff. It's just it's the fake outrage and the fake, like, it's just all fucking gay. It's all lame. It's all fake.
For me, I have the bigger issue, like where my issue stems is the being forced into something. It's one thing, like let's just
Wait,
say, seeing
hold
as how
on.
we're
It's is Screwball or your butter whiskey, whatever, is that back on the shelves? That's
you
you
know
know it's
why? You know why?
why.
Because they started making it in fucking Canada.
Oh, is that why?
Yes, that's the only reason why. The
Oh.
sheepdog that I've been getting, because that one's like literally half the price. It's peanut butter whiskey, by the way. It's half the price, but that was leftover American stuff that they put back on the shelves just to get rid of the stock. But they're not getting. So I've been like, I have
Fucking
problems,
junkie.
guys. I have
All right. So
problems.
I wanted to shift into this. So
Hold on. I was shit.
from a terrible garbage MP to a based well, a base conservative, not an MP, but from a terrible conservative to a base conservative. So this is Kelly DeRitter, and she says
The who?
Canadians elected a liberal minority, not a majority, and trying to build one is a power grab. I won't be crossing the floor. I won't betray the people who put their trust in me. So I just want to play this.
This isn't something Canadians have ever seen before. A government trying to convince sitting MPs to switch sides just to build themselves a majority. I know because I was approached by them, because it
Oh
happened
shit.
directly to me. I can say plainly what that looked like. First, it was pressure. I was told a candidate would be run in Kitchener Centre with support from both the Liberals and the Greens, and that I wouldn't stand a chance as a Conservative. You know what? I'm going to leave that up to the voter. When that didn't work, it turned into compliments. I was told they'd be watching my work on committees, especially on AI and digital policy, and that there could be a spot for me on their team. When that didn't land either, it became about benefits. I was told switching sides would be very good for my riding, giving Kitchener Centre's role as Canada's innovation capital. Let me be clear. I am not turning my back on the people who elected me, and I am not going to help any government build power through backroom conversations. Canada is supposed to run on fair elections and straight answers. Backroom deals like this are not leadership. They're a sneaky power grab, and Canadians shouldn't accept it. This is exactly why they need to keep committee structure as elected, not recruited.
Bitch is based. Love it.
There we go.
Hmm. Good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So
And way to
I
call them out. Not only say no, but call them out. Like high
Yeah.
five.
Yeah. Yeah, Canada's a building thing. No, we don't, unfortunately. Our
Chinese
baby
Assyrians.
boomers kind of sold out our country so that they could get cheap shit. And now everyone's suffering that. Like, I actually wonder if these people, like the people that are like, oh, look, Canada's a G7 country and blah, 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 blah. Your dollar's only worth something if you produce stuff. Like, you need stuff in order for your money to have value. Why do you think China went from like, rice patties and fucking straw huts to rivaling the United States in 40 years? Because they
Right.
build everything.
Well, and they take the idea. The thing is, this is what's great about China is somebody else will invent something, and then they take it and they make it better.
Well, they make it
just take
cheaper.
somebody else's idea, they make it better and cheaper.
Better is subjective. Cheaper, yes. But so I want to talk about this Kelly thing. So of course, I had posted. I said thank you, Kelly, for doing the right thing, because a lot of people, we saw 5 conservatives moved over that gave the Liberals actually a safe majority. They're now 8. I believe they have their 8 seats, but of course they want more. They want more, and it's actually crazy to see that this is how, as far as I know, more people have crossed in this parliament than all other elections or parliaments combined. Like, this is unheard of. The only time, and when you hear Liberals, because of course when you bring up that piece of information, they go, yeah, but what about Sir John A. Macdonald? He actually did it to save a country. Parliament got dissolved. Parliament was in turmoil. It was actually threat that the country was going to fall apart. That was the only time to save a country. That was it. That was the only time more MPs crossed, was when Canada was being formed as a country. Not now. Not with some weird whatever. The Liberals want to implement their weird gay shit. Yeah, right. Man, yeah. Yeah, they do be booming. Yeah. So, it's it's actually crazy to see how many conservatives, and I've kind of said, like, maybe it's the kind of trash taking itself out, but we have seen even more Liberals have made the statements, and we talked about this, I think, well over a year ago, that like a Liberal member of Parliament said that if you want to say in government or if you want benefits, you should have voted for the Liberals. Basically saying, if you're not in our political party, we are going to punish you.
Yeah. Well, and as you were saying a minute ago, yes, Sir Johnny MacDonald, there was a lot of people who did cross the floor. But since then, it's been, what, 110, 150 years? I don't even know. Over 100 years. Over 100 years, there has not been this amount of people who have crossed the floor. Like, think about that. That's insane. And like how many conservatives have to come forward and show that there's been backroom dealings? Like this isn't just we prefer their things over it. No, it's the seeding promises and all this other stuff that Carney is promising these other people to come over to him that they are deciding to do. And like we have stated a few times in past podcasts, this should be illegal. You should not be able to do these things. If a constituents people vote you in for whatever party you were voted in for, that is the party you're voted in for. You want to switch parties, you should have to rerun. End of story. And I don't know, pay back the people that you took all their money to just to get into the party that you were in and decided to peace out. No, this should not be allowed. I'm sorry, what?
Yep. I will say good on Kelly for holding true to her morals and actually having honor, while the 5 conservatives that flipped are pieces of shit. Let's be fucking real. They are. Where is it, Mr. Hanky? Where is it?
Mr. Hanky?
What a piece of shit.
That's all.
Ooh-lee.
Teehee.
We are going to move into one more thing. So the Canada Wealth Fund, but so Hemi says Prime Minister Brookfield has a plan and we are too overworked to do anything about it. Plus, we're very, very stupid now. But yay, it's almost Bomber season. Yay. Yay, sports team game. Yay. Where they score the goal.
Yeah. Don't lick the windows on the special bus on your way to work. Okay, guys?
So this is an interesting thing. And all right. So the Mark Carney announced a Canada Strong Fund. What is...
Huh?
It's a sovereign wealth tax. And now what is it? What is a sovereign wealth fund?
What does it even mean?
A sovereign wealth fund.
Is it going to our bank account? Because money.
Wait, hold on. You think that the government is actually going to invest in Canadians? No.
Yes. If you're watching government, our PayPal is listed in the description box below.
We have a PayPal?
Yes, we do. We do.
Creating the Canada Strong Fund, Canada's first sovereign wealth fund.
Please explain this stupid to me. That was it?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
What is it? Tell me more. Tell me more.
So the fund is for, well, you know what? Okay. Well, you know, here we go. Is this? Oh, that. Why is Mark?
No, it looks like he's talking about that girl we just talked about.
Yeah. Okay. So the Fund for a Strong Canada is Canada's first national sovereign wealth fund. So this is from Mark Carney. It will invest in major projects that transform our economy and will enable Canadian women and men to participate directly in the prosperity of our country.
Hold on. Only women and men?
Yeah.
Not they, thems, not toasters, not fucking My Little Pony?
Bigot. Oh, what an interesting question. Where are you going to get the money to create this fund?
Oh, hold on. What was that dumbass's response? Ask your 2-year-old child?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean when Brian Pallister during COVID for the COVID lottery said, ask your 2-year-old where we're getting the money from.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, so Prime Minister Mark Carney, this is just a synopsis overview. Announced the creation of Canada's first national sovereign fund named the Canada Strong Fund. The fund will be seeded with an initial $25 billion endowment from the federal government. Who funds the federal government, you may ask? And I would respond with, we, the people, fund the government. So our money is being used to fund projects, and it says right here.
No one can read that. Looks like a fucking
Okay.
Oreo cookie.
I don't know how to blow it up on my. I need
Is
a
that what
mouse.
your screen looks like? Because if not, just make your window smaller, or that
There.
that works too. Yes.
All right. So the fund will be seated with an initial $25 billion endowment from the federal government to be contributed over 3 years, and is designed to invest alongside private sector partners. So private sector will come in, and you remember that bill? Remember that bill that passed recently that ministers can green light projects without any public or any like questioning? They can just green light it,
Yeah.
removing the whole, hey, should we actually scrutinize this a little bit? So yeah.
And it's funny because in America they castidize fucking Trump for doing shit without going through Congress. Well, Canada's doing the exact same thing in matter of speaking.
Oh no, we're actually enshrining it. Every time I hear like someone on the like the in the United States that's like this is illegal or this is a problem. It's like, yeah, Canada just makes it legal. Oh, bribery, it's legal. Oh, just green or government corruption, it's legal. Oh,
Yeah.
mass immigration, it's legal. Birthright citizenship, it's legal. Oh, you weren't born here, but your kid lives here. Yeah, you're a Canadian citizen. Oh, you might have like shit your pants in Canada one time. Oh, you're now a Canadian citizen. Like,
Oh, those immigrants and freaking Tim Hortons. Woo! Guess they're all Canadian.
yeah, so this project, so public, individuals, Canadians will be able to invest directly in the fund through a new retail investment product similar to purchasing a government bond, with the goal of giving Canadians or giving citizens a direct stake in nation building projects and their future returns. The fund aims to build long-term national wealth, improve affordability by expanding capital projects, and diversify the Canadian economy to reduce its dependence on the United States. Remember, time and time again, they said the New World Order. Yeah, terrorism legal. Yup. Burn down churches, shoot up schools, threaten people, actually
Check.
you get to scream Allahu Akbar as you slit someone's throat.
Well, you can't forget about the
Let's not leave out, it's
you can do it.
I had I've talked about it before. My little discussion with the soy pill about implementing racial laws, the Glasgow principle. And they're like, well, how many times did it happen? Is it like once out of 40 times or whatever? Oh, wait, no, I think that was with Mr. E. That's Andrew Wilson's producer guy. And so I was talking about the Glasgow principle. And he was like, yeah, but out of how many? And I'm actually kind of not incredulous, but if it happens once, if a like if a judgment is sent down based and the sentence is reduced based on someone's skin color or someone's colonial history or whatever, like an immutable characteristic that they actually receive a lesser sentence, no, I think that's wrong. I don't that is not equal application of the law. That is preferential treatment, and I think that's wrong.
I think that was literally what I talked about on the last the Crazy with Kim, is exactly that. Is somebody who literally was not in a reserve, their family wasn't in reserve or anything. It came down to, okay, well, we're going to give you a lesser sentence because of whatever the fuck you call it.
Colonialism.
Yes. Like it was so absurd. And FYI, my cat's breath smells like cat food.
Pretty much, right? But so what you're seeing with this type of thing going on, it's government is I don't know how, like, the reason why I say, like, everything that happens in the United States, it's just Canada just makes it legal. And because people are just like, well, if it's legal, like JJ McCullough, if it's legal, then therefore it's okay. No, I can find something morally or ethically reprehensible regardless of its legality.
Just because it's written in the Bible doesn't mean it's okay.
You know, so we implemented a law that ministers don't have to go to committee, their projects or anything that's going on in Canada don't have to be questioned. We have we have China operating mines under sovereign territory within Canada, but every single liberal is too busy. Remember, share the show if you kind of want to help us break through and reach some, maybe we'll reach some leftists and some brain dead libtards that, you know, that will actually be able to maybe rationalize some of this stuff. So we have
plants.
China on.
Missy Mo, feed me all night long.
Eat you. I'm literally in the middle. I'm gonna break your fucking fingers.
I figured that was a segue into it.
No.
And you started talking. I was like, fuck.
No.
God.
No. But so when we see these policies or these laws are being enacted, it's actually like, I get what they're doing. They're trying to, you know, the United States, the empire of the United States is on the decline. So let's let's kick them while they're down. And that's like the moves that they're making, is that the US hegemony is ending. It's over. It's done. But it's not. So we've seen these moves towards more socialist, more authoritarian countries. And for some reason, the left is like, yeah, we love authoritarian and we love seeing poverty and we love seeing more disenfranchised people. But as long as it's red, I'm good with it. I don't know. Like it's actually wild to see these policies that are getting pushed through, and they're like, yeah, I like seeing that people are losing their property to a bunch of natives because because natives are fucking lazy. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing if you're a multinational corporation that now just has to go to the band chief and say like, hey, we want to do this thing in this area. And then they just have to go to the minister of that thing and like, hey, we want to do this thing on that territory. You only have to go to 2 people. You don't have to go to like have a town hall meeting and go and buy off private property. It's government land. It's government owned. So who gives a shit? Who cares about the people? And you remember that video? I think we talked about this before. Where those people were on like a trailer park and like a bunch of natives came in and like, hey, this is now our land. You need to leave. And they're like, where the F are we supposed to go? This is our home.
Yeah. It was someplace in BC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And funnily, that's the new word. It's in the Kim dictionary. Thank you very much. Right. Fuck. That distracted me and I forgot what I was going to say.
Come on, ADD. I believe in you.
Oh, funnily enough, the BC government is the one that's been giving away a shit ton of their land. And it's funny because somebody that I work with, she's an amazing person. She came from India, and her husband, who are extremely intelligent, awesome immigrants, by the way, the kind we want. Anyway, but she said that she'll never buy land in Canada because she's like, what's the point? She's like, so the Canadian government can take away my land and give it away to somebody else? She's like, no, I'll never buy land here.
Well, exactly. That's what it does. It craters property rights.
Yep.
And like, let's like everyone in chat. Let's think of it this way. We used to, look at not every single like moral and ethical thing, owning property, not abusing children. Like there were certain things that was just like, does that really need to be written down? Like that seems pretty self-explanatory. Like abuse, cutting off
I would think.
little children parts, like that's if like I bet people like if that was ever brought up, like say like 40 years ago, people go like, why would that have to be written down? That's just a given. You don't touch kids. And so like we've gotten to the point now that we have to make laws.
Would think.
Yeah. You're really choppy.
It's like even seeing. I know. So are you. It's even like I remember when I was 13, I had bought. Do you remember those like slap hand things that you would like slap on a wall and it would stick to the wall? You pull it back. Do you remember those little toys?
Yeah.
Come on. Did you say no?
Yes.
Why you're
Yes.
deprived. Anyway.
I literally said yes fucking 5 times.
But I had one of those that got on my 13th birthday, and my sister's friend, he looked at the back of it and it says do not eat. And he's like, who would even think of eating this thing? Like some dumbass in their mouth to try to eat it. Just like Tide Pods, stuff like that.
Is everything like garbage for everyone? Or is it just me?
And me.
Like,
hold on.
Like internet like completely like
I'm
tanked.
going to Are we good now?
I don't know. You're very, very choppy.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
What is
you're
going
going.
on here? Okay, let
Well,
me
you're
shut
good.
this down.
You're good now.
A what?
You're
There we go.
good now?
Yeah. My surf shark. Oh my god. Surf shark was saying we were in the United States. So I shut that down. I think we're good now.
Don't want to work. Yeah, right.
America. Kim froze. Thank you. Did I at least be making a good face when I froze? Like, oh
No, you be not making good. But so because like we've had to put these laws in place, and then like it was just assumed that property rights, and this is why like when I talk to Americans, like, hey, you guys got to fight for this shit. You guys can't like just take these things for granted, because look at what we're seeing. We are seeing people are losing their homes. Those people that were threatened with eviction, they basically got a new landlord.
yeah.
And like, I don't know. It's just the fact that we have to write this stuff down. It just shows that how far we've actually come. It's no longer
Come
hey,
or fallen.
Well, how far? Yeah, like how far? I guess fallen. Yeah, I guess is probably better. But that We can't even say like, hey, leave kids alone. You don't cutting parts off kids, property rights, all of this stuff. And yeah, you are seeing people are just going, why would I buy property here if it could just be taken?
Right? Exactly that. Like it takes somebody from who isn't even from here coming here. And the thing is, okay, we live here. We grew up in Canada, and seeing this stuff doesn't sit well. But could you imagine going to another country? Like, say we decided to move to Greece. No, let's say Italy. We go to Italy and we get there, and then all of a sudden you find out that they're taking away land from homeowners and giving it to their quote unquote indigenous people. You'd be like, why do I want to buy land here so you can take it away from me? It's absurd.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh man, wouldn't that be glorious to get like these garbage organizations out of Canada?
Facts. Yep.
Canada, we should be so wealthy. And I hate hearing well, it could be worse. Yeah, but it could be a fuck ton better.
Way better. We have so
Like-
much value in Canada that they're not utilizing, that they're allowing other countries to utilize, and they're just selling it off. And instead of making our country that word.
Well, we're not like the thing is like Canada itself isn't poor, but we live like we're like a lot of Canadians live as though we are.
Facts.
You know, we should be so fucking wealthy.
Mhm.
You know, look at like what happens with Alaska. Like, hey, you know what? The oil industry and gas and everything, hey, you actually get a check because of the amount of fucking money we're actually producing. That should be Canada. That should be Canada wide. Look at how much natural resources, how many minerals, blah, blah, blah. Here's your whatever check because we made $200 billion this quarter.
Right? That was even in a Simpsons episode. Do you remember when they left Springfield? He was running away because he ended up fucking up Springfield, and they ran away. And they went to Alaska. And like literally going to Alaska, they're like, here's your $1,000 just for moving to Alaska. They're like, what?
Yeah.
That's not even a
Like-
joke.
No, our buddy of ours is like, yeah, I get like a whatever, check from the
Right.
oil and gas companies every single year. Like, we don't give a fuck about money because we just get so much of it.
Like, what the fuck?
Like-
I'm like, dude, if we're gonna move anywhere, we should move to Alaska.
Like
That
that's
sounds
how
fantastic.
Canada should be. We should have mining industries littering the Northwest Territories. We should. I don't know.
Yes.
Imagine. Fuck. I don't.
There
I
is
could
so
go
much
on, but-
quote unquote gold up there, not literal gold, but stuff that is so valuable in our Northwest Territories that we should be banking on this shit.
I've said this before. $3 trillion in copper.
Mhm.
Copper. That is 3 times our national, like our federal debt.
Like,
That's
we could
almost
literally-
3 times.
Canada could pull themselves out of debt. We could actually be there's the word I was looking for, a prosperous country. But
Well, and that's
instead,
where like this wealth fund, it's supposed to be, hey, like Sweden or Norway. It's like, hey, we actually run a surplus, so we take that money and we actually invest it in national projects, dam building or water management or geothermal technology or whatever it is. They invest that money to make the country better because they're actually running at a profit. They're running in the black, not in the red. Yeah, no one. Yeah, that's estimate. Well, without knowing, yeah, the act like how much, but it's estimated $3
So much
trillion just in copper. Who knows what else? Other
Ugh.
rare earth minerals and everything else that we
Don't we
have
have
up
like
there.
limestone here?
Oh well,
Don't
we
we
have
have a
fuck
fuck ton of limestone? Like literally Stonewall, isn't that
Stonewall
limestone?
is a
Yeah.
limestone quarry.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Like, I mean,
We produce like one third of
so
the
much, eh?
world's uranium, potash, like everything. We should be living. I've said we should be living like kings. We shouldn't have to pay for
Should be.
income tax. We shouldn't be. We should 10 like. Let's put this into perspective. If you actually weren't getting income tax, like taxed, $10 a day daycare wouldn't matter. That's how desperate things are here. $10 fucking matters. Like it matters bigly. Do you hear how insane that is? $10 is whether or not someone actually can afford groceries or not. And most of the time they can't. How screwed is Canada? That $10 is appealing to people. Or you can't
100%.
afford, $250 to go to the dentist. How effed is that?
Well, and the sad thing is the work that I work at, I have benefits that cover 80%. And it's still hard to be able to afford that. The
Yeah,
20%. I don't know what Canada's doing, but yeah, you're 100% right. We have the means and the materials to be a prosperous country, and I don't know what the fuck our government is doing. I really do not understand or know.
No, but that's the thing. They've struck deals with China, with other countries.
China.
So China and its Belt and Road Initiative, they just we want your mineral rights. We'll mine it, we'll bring it back to our country, and we'll produce stuff. We'll cut you a fact check, government. But this is why, like, I just. Oh, God. I go to the meat section and I pet the steak. Yeah.
Right? Oh God, I love steak. We don't get steak very often. It's a rarity, but my God, I fucking love steak.
Maybe we're like reminiscing, but like, isn't it screwed? Alberta produces, thousands upon thousands of tons of beef.
Yeah.
Manitoba, Saskatchewan, tons and tons of pork.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't afford it.
Right? Like, how does that even make any sense? How does that make it make sense? Please make it make sense, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It really doesn't. You have somebody like Trump who is trying to bring business and everything back to the United States. And there's lots of things I don't agree with Trump. But the thing is, trying to bring businesses back to just Americans instead of sourcing them out, I think is a fantastic idea. And why Canada isn't doing it is forking beyond me. The thing is, we literally have oil, we have copper, we have beef, we got pork, and yet we are paying out the fucking ass for this shit, which makes no freaking sense.
I almost spit out my beer reading that.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of Gardner non-binary
grinder.
Oh shit! Sorry, non-binary gold prospectors mining for gold up in them hills. Oh Jesus! Well, this is Canada, so we definitely have them hills. Fuck our lives. Fuck, help us.
Yeah, exactly. Olimel. Yeah, Olimel is. I used to ship out of there. I used to. No homo. I used to take loads from Olimel.
No. Yeah, I bet you took those loads, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah. You know, that's how I look at it. We could be so much better off.
Yes. Like, how is our government not like? I don't understand what the mindset is of our government being like, no, we're going to sell these things off to China and all these other places because that's going to make us more money.
Makes them more money.
Yeah. And then they steal our money. And then we keep paying taxes on taxes on taxes. We pay taxes for taxes on taxes on taxes on taxes on taxes.
Like, how many times
Sorry,
can
what?
okay. Well, I'll say this and we'll start wrapping it up. I seen this black chick. So, you know the whole idea that no taxation without representation. You know what that means?
No, no.
So it's just you have to have a representative. It was in the vein of like the colonies at the time had no representation back in Britain. So the whole idea was no taxation without representation. I will not pay a tax if my wants and I don't have a representative in order to represent my interests. This black
So why
chick,
American taxes?
well, what?
Never mind, carry on.
Okay, so this black chick took it as I'm not represented by my government, aka I don't have a black, like, my senator isn't black, therefore I don't have representation. That's how fucking stupid these people got. Like they've gotten that they've lost the plot that much. It's not like, hey, there's black representation in film. It's not like because your brain is so like perma-fried from poverty that like because you don't see a black person in a film, therefore you can't associate with a character because they literally don't look like you.
Makes
People are
absolutely
now
no sense.
attributing that to government. My senator, or let's say, my MP isn't black. Therefore, I'm not being represented in government.
Well, and that's the fault of the freaking media and the government that we're in today, because they're literally doing what? They're changing everything because you have to represent everybody. They're remaking every single thing that was a white person and changing it to something completely different so it represents that person. And I mean, it's literally what everything is doing right now. So that doesn't really surprise me that is the mindset that has been put into people from all this other bullshit.
It shows just how disconnected and how
Yes.
You're dumb. You're dumb. There's a reason your credit score is at fucking 400, and there's a reason why you still like, your smoke alarm's still going off, and when you like, you hold your gun sideways. Like, there's a reason why. Is because you literally think representation means someone of my ethnicity representing me in government. You deserve to get to fucking lose all your money. You deserve, like, when Bill de Blasio, when he was the mayor of New York, he's like, hey, we should tax poor people at 100% because they're fucking dumb. They don't know how to invest money. So it's actually better if we took all their money and invested it, because all they're going to do is buy shitty food and they're going to waste it on stuff. So it's actually better that we tax poor people at 100%. And we should actually tax wealthy people at a lower percent because they are actually the producers. The people that don't, we should tax them at 100%. At like, you deserve that. You deserve to lose all your money because you're stupid.
I really agree with that. However, I understand the concept of it.
If you think government representation means they're my skin color, then what about my sexual orientation? Do they have my same eye color? What neighborhood did you grow up in? Oh, you didn't grow up in Transcona where I grew up, therefore I don't have Shut up. Oh,
I don't know. I don't
do they have
see
the same
no.
grade level of education as I do? They don't. Did they watch the same YouTube series on X, Y, and Z that I did? Then I don't have represent. Like that's where these people are going.
Well, I don't know. I don't see no hot white blonde fat chick anywhere in our government, so I guess they don't represent me. Fucking government, fuck you.
Exactly, JT. Will always not be represented.
Yeah.
Exactly. These people hurt my brain. This is why
a little bit.
This is why I am in favor of restricting votes. The anti-suffrage movement, I am in full support. I want I want to limit more dumb people from voting. I don't want some dumb 18-year-old person that says because of my skin color I'm an oppressor. No, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. You're too dumb. You're literally too dumb.
Maybe.
All right.
I self-identify as dumb sometimes. I am a girl and blonde, so I've been doomed since birth.
Unreal.
Ugh.
Absolutely unreal. All right. Let's
created to implement a solution. Yep. 100%. All right, guys.
Mhm.
Well, if you are new here, please hit the little subscribe button down below. Don't leave without doing so. Share us, like us, all that fun little jazz. Get our voices out there. You know, there's not too many voices like us out there, so we need to get us out there. Help the little guys. And also, you can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. We are live every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m.-ish Central Time, and every Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Time. Except I will say that this Saturday, if we do go live, it's only going to be Tyler because I'm going to be out of town dealing with things. And if not, we'll catch you guys.
Do it! Do it now! Do it!
No, it's funny. You say it like Arnold Schwarzenegger style, and in my head, I got Shia LaBeouf. Do it!
Do it! Hit the like button. Share the show.
Yes.
If you don't make me say what I'm thinking, okay?
You're gay. If you don't, you're gay. And, you know.
And where is it?
Inbreeders.
100% you're in breeders if you don't like and share and subscribe and all that other fun stuff. Otherwise, we hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. And otherwise, be kind to one another.
For you guys over on Rumble, I think Cool Vic is streaming right now, so I'll send you guys over to Cool Vic. And for everyone else, have a fantastic night.
Yeah.
Struck black woman, son of a bitch.